So I'm going to talk about variables in Python programming. So you've started using Python, and the way you recognize a variable is that you'll have something typed like name and then equals. That's a variable. You can recognize a variable there. Okay. Now we can give, or it's called assign, variables some data. So in speech marks, I could give it a name like Claude. The value Claude is assigned or given to name. You can think of a variable like a box. It stores something inside the box. So we've got a box called name, and inside the box you have the name Claude, the value Claude. So variable, we can tell it's a variable because it's got an equals after it, and this is the data or the value stored inside the variable. I can do another variable. Age equals, so now we know it's a variable, a value. 15. So 15 is the value stored inside the age variable. Another variable, speed of a car. If speed equals, we know it's a variable because we've got an equal sign, and that variable is being assigned the value 30. Maybe it means 30 miles an hour. So this value is assigned to speed. Okay. Now, each variable has a data type or a type of data. So the type of data for Claude is a string, and I'm just going to put that after Claude here. I'm just going to put hashtag string. The code isn't going to run with that. Okay. And this variable, age, is data type integer. So what do you think speed is? Well, that's like age. It's an integer. So Claude, you can tell it's a string because a string is often words, and words in Python programming have speech marks around them. Integers are numbers. So 15 is a number, 30 is a number. So we have the variable name holds the value Claude, and it's a string type of data. It's a string value. Age variable is given the value 15, and that value, the type of it, is an integer. Speed variable, data that it's holding is 30, and that's an integer type of data as well. Now it's also important that we use the names that we call the variable names that make sense, because for programming purposes that makes things easier. So name, it's holding a person's name, a value of a person's name. Age, it's holding the value of a person's age. Speed, it's the speed of a car. So that all those variables make sense with the value that they are storing and holding. Okay, and I'll just take those off. We don't need those. That's not proper code. So it was just to demonstrate. And you can print these off as you have been doing. So you can output them. So output, and in speech marks, if I did hello, afterwards, comma, name, I'll print hello Claude. You can do print again. Your age is sorry, actually put the variable, and then speed. So I'm using the variables to print out. So it's going to print, hello Claude, your age is 15, you are traveling at speed 30. I know all of that together doesn't make too much sense, but we can change the variables. Take what's actually 30 years old, that was a mistake. And then when you run it, it changes it when you run the code. So whether the speed, maybe he was doing 26 miles per hour, then and it changes. Or Claude, let's change the name. Let's just say it was Lily. Those variables, the data that they hold can change.